really loving this day. It's a little overcast, and here's what I love about it. I love the wind today. I went out and I was like, this is so, so, so good. The it's temperate. It's not bad, but the wind is just it's everything to me today. I just feel like this need to be out and to feel the wind moving around and to hear it in the trees and to hear it through the grass, and I just love it. And this morning I look out my backyard and there is a giant coyote. Now I've seen them at a distance, but I haven't seen them like in my backyard. And there is this coyote and he is big. Like he looked like a small wolf for sure, for sure. He wasn't like, little at all. And it was really like startling. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I've got a coyote in my yard. Like how cool and weird is that? But I've noticed so much more wildlife. And our backyard backs up against a park system. So, and we're really close to a creek. So we have wild animals all the time. We have turkeys and well, of course, squirrels and chipmunks and possum and now coyote and fox. I've been waiting for I want my red fox to come back. All of them. I just love fox. They're my favorite. Plus, they're really good at keeping tick populations down. Same thing with possums, which is good. So if you see a possum, don't be disturbed by it. Be excited. Keep them alive at all costs because they keep your tick population down. This is not normally what we talk about on during our thing, but I just love all the wildlife that, and I've had blue jays and cardinals on like ridiculous, and then little yellow finches just have been around, and I feel like it's nice to be seeing that. It's nice to be seeing it in my yard. It's nice to be in that vibration. Yes, who was it? Brianna, there was a hawk that flew from my neighbor's tree into ours, and I've never seen this before. Isn't that cool? Like when you get to see hawks really close or even eagles really close, it takes your breath away how big they are and how majestic their energy is. I still remember the day I was living up in northern Wisconsin one summer. It must have been between my senior year in high school and my freshman year of college, and I was staying with a friend, and they had this long staircase that went down to the lake, and every morning I loved to go swimming in the lake, and it was very deep and clear and just dive right in. It was lovely. And I was walking down and I'm halfway down and I look up and there is this huge eagle. Like it felt like it was as tall as me. Like I was within 8 feet of it from where it was on the branch. And I just could not believe how big and immense this bird was. Now I'm probably exaggerating, but that's how it felt. It felt that huge. And so I think it's lovely that nature, that we're experiencing more. We talked last week about the light that we're seeing and how the colors seem more vibrant. And why wouldn't they? We are like things are more calm and open than they ever have. Where we're not so busy that we actually might be just vibrating in harmony with the world around us. We have the time, we have the willingness. Hello, everyone. I'm glad we're here. If you're joining us on YouTube today, just please subscribe right down below. Just press the subscribe button so that you'll get all updates to any of the broadcasts that we have. And for everyone else, if you're joining us from the Soulwise Circle, I'm so glad. And the Soulwise Circle is open, free Facebook community for everyone. So welcome, welcome. And I was going to say last night and the last couple of days, I feel like one of the things that has been really, really emerging is this, and I've even noticed it in the meditation over the last week, and I'm curious to know what you've noticed, but this awareness of power. of our own personal power. And what that like I'm curious to know when we are doing the meditation, there's a point where we're always acclimating to this vibration of power. Have you noticed anything different or more profound or more um, acute? I don't know what the word would be. I have. I just feel like it like whenever we talk about this, it like moves outward and it's like a ooh, like this feeling. And so I'm curious to know if you've had that experience, if you are noticing it, how would you describe it? Have you noticed anything different in your own way of being, like day to day? Um, Last night in the book group, someone was sharing, and I won't say who unless she wants to share, was talking about something that just struck me really beautifully is being in a situation where um, typically it would move like the response would move to blame and like a feeling that this is all happening to me. And instead of going down that route, made a very clear, almost like a declarative statement that I'm not going there. No one gets my joy. No one gets my happiness. Not in a defensive way. It was just like a clear, like, so if that's true, what's my next action? And it was to do what was in front of her with great joy and to be in service. And and then also to help clarify for the people who were not showing up that way, who were creating more work for her, and to be clear without cowing, without um, being small, getting to be clear, getting to be um, getting to let people know how their behaviors are very clearly impacting her personally. And it hit me. And the other thing as I'm talking, oh my God. So let's think about that word cowing. It just occurred to me as I was saying, does everybody know that word? Like to cow, it means to like to curb, to like make to um it's like herding, like to be led. It's kind of like the way people use the term right now as people are sheep versus whatever, you know, um, which I don't. But this word cowing, it's interesting. What is a cow but a female, right? And it's a word of diminishment and smalling and um, power over. It's interesting how much these words, like, they come into my consciousness as I'm saying them, as they're coming out of my mouth, and I can't even tell you the last time I used that word, maybe in an ACT test, right? I have not used this word, cowing, but as it comes out of my mouth, it's like I can see that our language holds the resonance of the paradigm that we are emerging from. And it's in that awareness of how language has shaped our reality and has not just shaped it, but reinforced it and held it as true and without question that a cow is led. It's not a leader. It is led. It is herded. It is moved. No pun intended, but I do like puns. So uh, I hadn't thought of that. So anyway, I'm curious to know what has been your experience with power as we begin today and thinking about how has that experience of feeling that power rise up in your vessel during the meditation over the last week, how have you noticed it? Are you feeling it? Are you experiencing it in a new way? Are you resonating with the word, with the vibration differently? So I'll invite you to just respond and let us know. I'd love to know what you think. Um, and we can start from there. I have just noticed that um, there's just a very different um, energy, and one that is really at peace and trusting that who I am is important. Um, you know, who I am and my feelings and my experiences matter. And it doesn't mean I have, in order to acknowledge that, doesn't mean I have to rise up to defend my territory or to defend myself or to be ready to do battle, but to be clear and resolute in my beingness. Um, yeah, Kathy, not real brilliant animal, but they're easily led, right? Cows. And so, but again, it doesn't say are they speaking of all cows, or are they speaking of female, or what are they saying? It's just an interesting concept. How even whether or not the true meaning of it is what it is, just the resonance of it. Um, very, very interesting. Jennifer, definitely creating healthier boundaries now. Yeah. Yeah. And so, just thinking about what does that mean? What are you creating barriers with? And what does that look like? And how is that nourishing you? How is that creating, is it creating what it is you want? What does that feel like? I'm just curious to know, you guys. I know I'm putting y'all on the spot, but it's 12:12, and it seems like the right time to do it. um, so what else was I going to say this morning? So the other piece that was popping into my head this morning is just how easily things are being manifested. That all we need to do is think and um, think of what it is we need, and it comes. Yesterday, many of you know, because you heard me talk about the manifesting for the book, and I share that. I'm like, yeah. And then at the end of the call, I was like, you know what I really, really would like is some help. And I kind of in my head just thought of help, like help that doesn't require me to deal with drama. Just help, that people all hands on deck. And within an hour, I got 3 phone calls from people from within the PTO that I work on that just reached out to me and were like, "Hey, I have some time. Do you want me to go through and like read through it and make sure everything's done right? Catch any mistakes?" I'm like, "Yes." And then they start coming back with all these mistakes. And then I was like, "Do you have the bandwidth today to go in and make those edits?" "Oh yeah, I can do that." "You got to tell me how." Told them how. It was done. Like we got it done, and it was beautiful. And and I had to be willing to ask. I asked the question, I said, "I need help," right? Can I get help?" And what happened was the response, boom, almost immediately coming right back at me. I was like, "All right." Now, I'm curious to know also, is that something you're experiencing? Are you also experiencing this experience of ask and receive that easily? I just keep seeing this. Ooh, Cindy, I love this. I'm using the mantra, "I am powerful," for the past week, reminding myself just how powerful I am. And then I don't need to shrink down or cower, right? Cower, to be cowed. Isn't it interesting, right? To be small, to be led, to be dependent upon. Um, you are powerful. We all, like, this power resides in us, and it is without limit. We are really beginning to tap into the experience of being limitless. Not just the idea of it, not just the knowing of it, not just the concept of it, but actually embodying it, feeling it in our being, noticing when those limits come up, and being willing to breathe past that, being willing to experience our feelings, but not be bound by them. I love that. I love I am powerful. I am whole. I am complete. Holding this vibration is so important. And as we move into this, just be aware when you are like one of the things I'm growing more and more and more and more and more aware of is my certainty and how little of it is about what I know. How my certainty about what I know is becoming less important to me. And it's more about what my experience is. And that is a very important distinction for me, I will say that. Like that is something that really allows me to be more fluid and flexible, open, willing, surrendered, receiving, all of these things. And so, Diane, manifesting is happening faster for me. So many things have changed and evolved. Boom, 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 right? And just to be in the energy of appreciation, in that energy and vibration of appreciation, acknowledging and say, yes, of course, this and more is true of me and with me and for me and through me. This and more. And Jennifer, I've been praying for help with my mom, and both of my sisters have stepped up to help more. Isn't that beautiful? Hello, Carrie. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. And so as we really begin to open and feel that limitlessness, feel the expansion of ourselves, I think what happens is we begin to experience our limits, our story of limits, our beliefs more acutely. We begin to bump up right against them the more we are willing to lean in and open fully to that limitlessness, where we are reliant on what we know between our ears rather than our experience of who we are. Hi, Angela. Hello. We got the O'Briens in the house. O'Briens. I love it. I'm so glad. I love it. Hello, welcome. Um, and so as we're in this awareness and this expansion, to just notice and be gentle with ourselves, knowing full well that if we are in this vibration of harmony, if we are aligning ourselves through our breath, if we are open to it, that we will come up to the where our mind is hitting these mental ideas of blocks. But it's only between here because if we can feel into the limitlessness, then what is even possible that could block that? It's like an illusion that we have given energy and focus to that appears real, right? It appears more real what we are experiencing. And so which do we trust more? And this is, I think, the back and forth that we're going through right now in our consciousness and our awakening, to be in this. I feel this openness. I feel connected. I feel life. I feel God. I feel it all. I feel it in my being. And then we go back to, it's like we switch gears and it feels kind of like that into what we must do. This is what it has to look like. This is what I'm doing. And there's the idea that we cannot merge these two. And it's in this back and forth that we're having, that we're starting to experience what it is to bring all of this wholeness into our current experience. We begin to act as if, we begin to move into seeing and feeling and choosing from this place of wholeness rather than the other way around. Aurora, I've been in a state of stepping back from everything and becoming a hermit again, and that's entirely an option. But I would encourage you to be clear about why. Is it as a result of believing that there's no other way? Or is it the result of believing that you're going to get hurt or something else is happening, and to be aware of it, to step forward in that and to be with it and come from this place of limitlessness, that you have access to all that I know that you need to know. And again, what I'll say, and I wish I knew, I would just really check in with yourself and breathe into that until you do. And allow yourself to just be gentle. It is a gentle emerging, and I do think there's this kind of back and forth happening. And I know I'm experiencing it where I go, "Ugh, I gotta push through," and then I come back and I'm like, "No, actually I don't. There's a different way." And how do I choose that different way? How do I wake up from my habit self, my reactive self, and move into my conscious being? How do I do that? Diane, I feel such power and wholeness since knowing we are all going through this pandemic globally together. I agree. I agree. Really, it's very hard to escape. You know, money doesn't do it. Um, Fame doesn't do it. Your property lines don't do it. Nobody's really immune from this experience right now, but how they are choosing to go through the experience is is entirely their choice. And so we're all in it, in that. And not to be uh trite. We're all in it together, but we're not necessarily having the same experience. We're in different boats, however we want to look at that. I think when we make these statements, it's just realizing that there is no person who is not in some way affected. Even those that don't even know about it are affected. It's affecting us on all levels of human interaction, on human systems. We are all moving in this new way, and it's shaking us. And even if you're not conscious, you're living in some remote place, it's possible that you're not getting the food you need. It's possible that the shipments that were coming to you are not coming to you. It's possible that the people that you were expecting to visit are not visiting. So there are ways in which we are impacted because we are a global family. We are connected. And so it's opening to that, what that can look like. And so it's very, very, very beautiful. And Caitlin, doing best when you're in your heart. I mean, know where you're doing best. I think that's really, really important. And so let's go ahead and begin, because we're already a couple minutes past, because I like to talk. Hang on, I'm gonna have some water and then we'll get going. I'm so thirsty today. I think I woke up this morning and I had, oh, look at my daughter's artwork on the back of this. If you haven't seen it, it's quite profound, prolific artist that my daughter is at 19 months, almost 20 months. Holy buckets. Oh, she's 20 months today. I thought it was tomorrow. Today, 20 months. Look at this. We'll have to celebrate. All right, let's go ahead and breathe. Let's begin by just breathing in and breathing out. Coming to this now moment. Feeling ourselves relax with every breath. Being more fully present here now. And we breathe. And as we breathe in, let us breathe in appreciation for this body and love for this body. Feeling every cell of our being open to receive this love and appreciation. Appreciation is in the vibration of abundance, of God, of that which we honor and see and love, that it grows in this appreciation. We are accessing exponential growth, exponential expansion, exponential capacity to receive and to let go. And as we breathe in behind our thoughts, behind our emotions, these centers that have so much influence in our day, so much influence in how we see and are in the world. Let's just breathe behind them and find that still, quiet place within. That place that is centered and clear and whole and holy. Where when we breathe, we feel peace and presence and stillness. And as we breathe, we feel our body around us, all of the cells working, allowing us to breathe, our heart to beat, the blood to flow through our body, our brain firing electrical pulses that help us to sit comfortably, help our organs to work, our senses to be received, that we may be fully here and now. This sacred body, this vessel that works efficiently, clearly, beautifully. Every breath received with love, and it aligns and opens every cell to its function, acknowledging, affirming, appreciating the function of the heart cells that beat together, the cells of the brain that allow learning and connection, memory to work, the cells of the stomach that allow for ease and digestion and function and balance. This body works optimally. And as every cell receives abundantly this love and appreciation, it easily awakens and activates to its highest function, allowing cells that are not in harmony, not functioning optimally, to be released and recycled so that others may emerge anew, that our body is vibrating in the resonance of the divine, that light flows in easily and fully. And it is from this place of deep appreciation and functioning that we extend our awareness of our vessel outward into our energetic field. This field of energy that surrounds our being, vibrating in harmony. It has its own rhythm, its own pulse, feeling our chakras spinning optimally as they move energy through this vessel, allowing energy to flow in and out, opening ourselves to receive and to be enlivened. Our energy field is the way that we experience the world before we know it. We vibrate and feel what is happening around us. We feel the energy of the world. It is what has been known before we can see, before we can hear, before we can smell, before we can feel with touch, taste with our tongue. We experience it energetically. And our energetic field is more awake and alive, and our awareness of it is pricked up, that we know that this is truly a part of our vessel. And from here we bring our attention beneath our feet to the connection we have with the Mother, with Mother Earth, the cord that connects to our energy field and connects to the core of her, deep within, deep within the Mother. Her love, her nourishment, her willingness to give us home rises up into our field through this beautiful cord, this tether that we have with her and have always had with her. It rises up in our consciousness, rises up in our vessel, thick and red and vibrant and warm. It wraps in and around us and through us as a reminder that we are home, that she is our home, and we can rest in her love. We feel the gentle tug of gravity that is like a hug to our being, reminding us that we belong here. And this belonging resonates in our being, giving us place, giving us certainty that ground is always here. And we breathe. We breathe in the love and the abundance that she provides us. Ground, atmosphere, sun, water, wind, plants, animals, all that we need is here. And we are in appreciation. And our appreciation flows in abundance in and out of every cell, moving back into the Mother. Our connection with her is strong and clear. And from here we open, we bring our attention above our head to our connection with the quantum field. Our vessel more like a tulip than a closed container. We are open, open wide to the energetic field of the infinite. We feel the love of the infinite, our opening to this divine love that is abundant. It is of the Christ consciousness, and it flows in abundance into our vessel, in and through us. Crystalline white energy being poured into us like from a pitcher into a goblet, we receive, and every cell opening to receive and expand, and we experience fulfillment. It is clear and refreshing like peppermint. It opens us to receive even more. Every breath expanding, and we surrender and release, feeling this love move in and through us, outward into the world around us, outward into the consciousness of humankind. We receive and vibrate in the light of spirit, our vessel awake, alive, ready, and resonant in this vibration as it moves in and through us in abundance. It is in this that we surrender and let go, that we may be more in our capacity beyond the ideas of limitation that have held us back from breathing fully and completely, allowing us to move. And it is our breath that is our connection between our inner and outer worlds. We connect to what is true, what is whole, and what is complete. As we breathe, we feel ourselves in wholeness. This vessel expanding in the vibration of wholeness. And we breathe. We feel the appreciation for this vessel growing as well, allowing us to move across time and space, to allow our light to transmit across dimensions, through dimensions, emitting from this now moment. Everyone, everything in our lives, in our memories, and in our dreams are touched. And we breathe. Every breath, we are growing in our capability, in our acclamation to the infinite. And as we breathe, we feel ourselves being breathed by everyone and everything. We feel ourselves being breathed by the God consciousness, by the infinite field. We are pulled in and released. We are in the rhythm and vibration as we are gently rocked into our knowing. And as we breathe, we are aware that we are breathing with those who have not yet found their rhythm. Our willingness to light the way ignites within them their own divinity, their own knowing, their own function as vessels of light. And we breathe that they may find their breath. We breathe, honoring that we have found ours. And we do this because we can. And as we expand in our awareness, all of our cells breathing, welcoming in nourishment, feeling and experiencing fulfillment, we relax. And we feel ourselves surrender, allowing ourselves to move fully in the rhythm of harmony that moves and rocks us. And we open to receive, to be, to embody this experience. And as we are breathed in and out of this collective consciousness, as our vibration attunes to this knowing, to this rhythm, to this harmony, our experience is shared in the consciousness of humanity. That as we experience our own connection to godliness, with godliness, that this is awakened in the consciousness of all of humankind. And as we breathe, we find our way into this place of wholeness. And it is in this vibration of wholeness that we radiate in our own power. We feel it move up and through our vessel. We feel the vibration of our being expanding with every breath. And we vibrate in the power of our being, the power that is radiant in our godliness, in our Christness, in our divine nature. And it embodies and holds the rhythm of harmony, which tempers the desire, the belief that power must be held over another, that it is to be used as force in the world. And we acclimate to a new vibration, a new truth in our power, and allow it to resonate within our being, awakening a new way to think, to respond, to be. And as we breathe, we feel the love wash over us, divine love, which is the force of creation. It breathed us into being, and through our thoughts and imagination, we breathe with love, this force of divine love which creates, makes manifest. This is our divine function. We are awakening to this in harmony, in alignment with our power, and also with our wisdom, which rises in our center of our being. That is a vibration of truth, that is our guiding force when we are confounded, when we are not able to rely upon our senses. Truth resonates in our being. It awakens us to what is here, even if we do not understand. And we open to this higher awareness of functioning. We feel it awaken and enliven every part of our being. And in this awakening, this emerging into a higher consciousness, into a more holistic way of being, we find willingness to surrender and let go that which is outmoded. that which no longer holds this vibration. And in every breath, we let go, bringing ourselves in harmony, in resonance with our holiness. And it is from this place, this resonance, this knowing, this experience that we are aware of all of humanity, that we bear witness to the fears and the struggles, the uncertainties, the limitations, the perceptions of smallness that plague the consciousness of humankind. And we breathe with compassion. We breathe with infinite love. And we breathe in light and inspiration. And as our vessel grows in its capacity, the capacity to receive of all of humankind grows and allows light and truth and love and inspiration to move in to the darkness, into the shadows, and bring light, sparking and enlivening the light within of many, that they may come to their breath, that they may remember the truth of who they are. And we breathe the light breaking apart, breaking down all of the debris, the fear, the doubt, the worry, the stories, the language, the structures that hold the belief, the story of limitation, of not enoughness. And we breathe. Every exhale we release for ourselves, and with all of humanity we release. We let it go, washed away easily and effortlessly as we are experiencing fulfillment and wholeness with every breath. The need to hold is diminished to nothingness. We are learning to breathe and to be in a new state of being. We are open, we are willing. Our bodies, our vessel, our cells, willing. Our connection to each other, opening. Our separation is non-existent. What is happening within us is happening within the whole. And as we breathe, we are learning to breathe for ourselves. We are learning to breathe with each other. And we are learning to breathe with the planet. And we are doing this because we can. We are doing this because it is. It is the way. As we breathe in, we hold the vibration of lightness and clarity and expansion, allowing it to be brought in with every breath. And we feel the interchange in our cells, the welcoming of nourishment, of abundance that we open willingly to receive, and we surrender, letting go in our exhale. It is becoming easier and requiring less energy, less awareness and concentration for us to experience the benefit of our breathing. It is how we connect to one another, and it is how we connect to the world around us. How we awaken to our divine nature, and how we awaken to the nature of our being on this planet. That we are a part of something greater than our mind tells us we are. That we feel the love and the harmony and the power of nature rise up in our awareness. Our vessel is porous, is open to receiving the vibration of life from around this planet in and through us. As we breathe in and experience our own nature awakening, our own connection to our dependence and interdependence with all creatures, all environments on this planet. We open to feel it, to feel what it is to be growing to the light, like the plants all around this planet, to be functioning in our highest and best way, like all of the creatures, the insects that trust their nature, trust who they are above all else. We are coming to know our nature again. We are coming to experience harmony in our way of being, being in our own vessel, and being with all other beings on this planet, all of life on this planet. That as we rise in our power, our knowing, our wisdom, our love, that we are working, breathing, expanding in ways that allow harmony, awakening, vibrational alignment for all. And in this we create fertile soil from which to create. Create in harmony with life, create in harmony with nature. This is our highest function. And we breathe. Every breath we are connecting and connected. We feel the connection moving in and through our vessel, moving through the plants, the skin, through the soil, through animals. We feel us all being nourished. All of humanity, our brothers and sisters, breathing, being nourished, being fed, being connected to this infinite field of possibility of love from which we are creating. And in this we are alive and enriched, awake and aware in our wholeness. And we vibrate in this truth, experiencing wholeness, acclimating to this way of being, softening, the gentle love flowing in and through us like a gentle spring breeze. It is not hard, but we must be willing. And as we are willing, our vessel continues to grow and expand, to receive more and to share more, to resonate in the vibration of abundance and the divine. We shine, inspiring and awakening others to their own divinity. This is the way, and we breathe. We breathe in and we know that I am. I am that I am. I am the one. I am that I am. I am. I am. I am. Bright and beautiful souls, do you feel the resonance with the words I am? It is in the vibration of wholeness. As you speak these words, as you chant these words, I am, I am, I am, it awakens within you wholeness. It awakens within you truth. You vibrate in this truth. Should you feel alone, uncertain, afraid, doubtful, lost, stuck, bring yourself to this rhythmic chanting. I am. It brings you mentally into alignment, emotionally into alignment with the truth of you. You are always in this alignment, but your mental body, your emotional body may tell you otherwise. Old habits, dear ones. They like to come in and think that they are still in charge, yes? How do you remain gentle with yourself in your growing awareness of the limitations of your mind, in the limitations of your heart? It is not who you are. There are aspects that help work with you, help allow you to create. You are the artist. They are the colors with which you paint. How you make something energized, if you will. And the more that you vibrate in these truths, the more that you come to understand how to work with your mind and with your emotions. It has been out of alignment for many, many, many lifetimes. And it is now time to be gentle with yourselves as you emerge in new skin, as you emerge in new ideas, new ways of being, that you are learning, that you are becoming. And it is in this that your willingness is the way, dear ones. And if you cannot find yourself to the feeling, the experience of willingness, the surrender in this, bring yourself to your breath. Bring yourself to the I am that will bring you into harmony, will bring you into softness and gentleness. For this is the vibration in which you are willing to move, willing to open, willing to expand. Your heart opens, your mind opens to new, and resistance diminishes. We honor you and bless you. We are breathing with you and with the many who are awakening as a result of your willingness. Think of those in your life who get to experience your light, who get to feel you in your knowing of wholeness and what it sparks within them, dear ones. What greater service is there than this? Be loving and gentle and breathe and allow the light to move easily and effortlessly through you. It is in great service that you breathe. My head feels like it needs to get an adjustment. I'm like it's like up here, my jaw, my neck. I just want to share this experience that I had at the end as I was coming back. Um, it was very much this light, this field of light. I could feel it like moving outward. Not from my throat. It was like this entire part of my head was gone, and it was just radiating this like crystalline blue light outward. And it was huge. And I've seen an image of this somewhere. I'll have to see if I can find it. But it was like my entire scalp was gone. Like the and it was just this huge energetic force of light that just went out. It was just really, and I could see it and I was experiencing it. And maybe that is what it looks like when I'm channeling. I don't know. I'll have to tune into this, but I've not experienced that before. How is everyone doing? How are you doing? I feel really hyper present right now, like very in this experience and very clear. Like I have a clean slate, like whew, just really clear and clean. I'm curious to know how you guys are doing. How are you feeling after this meditation? I'll be quiet. I keep thinking I should keep, I always, keep talking. Um, but it just, there's the emphasis on gentleness has not been lost on me. And I feel that is such a critical component to what we're doing is learning also to acclimate to gentleness, gentleness in words, gentleness in energy, gentleness in vibration, gentleness in the work that we're doing. Powerful, carry, yes, very powerful and peaceful. I agree. Like just both, just this. It's like such a gentle method. Sometimes, calming is very quieting. Yeah, I feel really clear. Like, enjoy this. And I wonder, I'm gonna, sit with this today. After this, I'm gonna go outside for a walk. And I have a little bit of time before I have to run a couple of errands. And I'm gonna go for a walk and really be in this experience of like not having a lot of info going. Like I feel really quiet. Even like every thought is just landing right when it lands. There's not a lot of back noise or anything. Carol, a beautiful blue indigo bunting sat on my deck during the message. I love that. I've not seen one of those. Not since I was a little girl. That's very interesting. Not since I was really little. I want to say I was with my nana and I must have been like 9 or 10 years old. That's beautiful. Jennifer, at the end, I was focusing on breathing in the light and I saw this golden light just filling my being and sparks of light glowing like fairies and fireflies. Oh, I love that. I think we are getting the opportunity to just be in this experience, to really just be in whatever is true for us in this now moment. And to enjoy it, because when we enjoy it, when we last night we talked about bliss in the book club, like would you want to be blissful all the time? And sometimes we have ideas of what that is, but right now I think this might be what I would consider bliss. Like I just feel really clear and good, and not good like everything's going my way, but just really um crystal. Like everything's in focus, and a sharp, clear focus, and resonant, and fully experiencing the moment. That's how I feel. I think this would be what I would call bliss.